When it comes to spooling the line onto your reel, regardless of the reel that you've got or the diameter line that you're actually putting on, it's really important to get the line at the right height of the spool. So what I want to do in this video is I want to show you a really nice, quick, easy way, efficient way of ensuring exactly that you're going to get the line lay and the level of the line at the right height, regardless of how many spools you're going to be using for that particular reel. So today I'm using the Aero XR4000, Shimano Aero XR4000. Absolutely love this reel. This is my favourite reel of all time for both braid and mono work. I absolutely love it. Super smooth, loads of power, but the line lay on it is incredible, as you can see. Now what I'm trying to achieve is exactly that, where the level of the line is just underneath the lip of the front of the spool, and that keeps the line straight as it's coming off the spool, prevents wind knots, especially with braid. So as like I say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a really easy way to do it. Now what I'm going to do with this in this video is I'm going to actually spool the line on back to front. So if you're lucky enough to own one of these Shimano Aero XR, they come with two spools, obviously a spool on the reel and a spare spool, and we also supply line reducers within the package. So there we go, they're the two spools with the line reducers on, which saves an awful lot of backing line. So if I've got two spools exactly the same depth, that means if I'm going to spool the line onto one of them, I can then spool it back onto the other, back to front, and that is the beauty about having the line reducers. Really nice and simple, effective way of doing this. So let's get going. To go. We've got the reel with the empty spool with the line reducers on, and the spare spool there as well. Now also I've got my main line, which I'm going to be putting on 020XH. Love this line, very durable line, sinks quick as well, especially for feeder fishing. I love it. And then some old backing line. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put in my main line that I'm going to be using on the reel first. Okay, now of course this is then going to go onto the other spool, because what I'm doing is, like I said, I'm doing it back to front, so I don't have to tie a knot or anything like that. All I have to do is wrap it a few times to lock it in place, close the bail arm, and then start spinning. Now if you notice, I've got the spool in the water. It's really important to get the spool in the water, because as it comes off, then you can see that it's coming off the right way of the spool. You don't want it coming off the side of the spool, you want it coming off as the spool spins around. That prevents line twists, because that is the way the spool goes, the line goes onto the spool in the factory. Right, so I've got 150 meters of 020 that I'm putting on. So let's put this on. So there we have it, 150 meters of line on that spool. Now let me just quickly show you the spool. The level of the line is just under what I want. It's just not quite enough. 150 meters with this diameter isn't enough to get the line slightly higher, because at the end of the day I want this reel setup to be versatile, and that means if the line is slightly higher, that means it aids distance, makes fishing with a light bomb, for example in the winter, or a feeder, enables you to even cast a light bomb or a feeder further. So I want this setup to be versatile. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to put some backing line onto the top of my main line. Now again, because I've got 150 meters, which I'm never going to use all of it, I don't tie a knot. But in this case, because I'm actually going to be transporting this line onto another spool, I am going to tie a knot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a simple overturn knot. I don't want anything massive, really bulky. So what I want to do is create a loop between the two lines, grab the two lines together, create a loop like so, and both the tag ends through the loop once. That's all I need. All this is to allow the line to go onto the other spool. Trim that down. I want it to be as small as possible, so trim the tag ends right down like that. Job done. So now I'm going to spool this on to the reel. And because it's backing line, it doesn't really matter whether it goes off the side of the spool or the front of the spool, as it comes off the main bolt. So as you can see now, as I'm reeling it in, that's absolutely perfect. So I've only needed about 25-30 meters, but that's got the line to the right height. So that's job done, but it's back to front. So what I need to do now is cut the line off there, remove this, and put the new empty spool on with the line reducer on. And spool it back onto this one. Really nice and simple and nice and effective. All you need to do though is when you get to the knot on the backing line, which I'll show you, I want to make sure that's in the right position of the spool so it doesn't stick out too proud. So there we go, all ready to go. So all it's a case of now, again, this is only backing line, you're never going to get to the bottom of it, so you don't need a knot. Just put your finger on the line, pull the tag end down to the thumb that you're holding the line with, and wrap it around a few times. There we go, job done. Close the bail arm, and then time to spool it back to front. Now I've got the line in between my fingers, so when I feel the knot that I've tied between the backing line and the main line, I'm going to stop. So let's swap it over now. It's a really effective way of ensuring you've got the level of the line right. So keep going down. There we go, there's the knot. So just reel it back. There we go. The knot is there, if you can see it. So what I'm going to do with the knot, here, open the bail arm and place the knot right in the centre of the spool there, and when I get it in the right place, I then push the knot. You can see I've just pushed it into the actual, bedded it into the spool of the line so it doesn't stick out. Wrap it around a couple of times just to secure it, like so. Close the bail arm and then spool the main line on. Then all it's a case of is securing the line in place using the line clip, trimming the line down, of course, making sure that's disposed of correctly, the excess line. And there you have it, perfectly spooled up and at the correct height, just below that lip there. Nice and easy, really effective, and I hope that helps you when it comes to putting fresh line on your reels, and especially when you buy a new reel and you have to put backing line on.